Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular scheduled board meeting. President Board of Trustees of Village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will Counties, held on Tuesday, February 7, 2023, beginning at 6:43 p.m. Everyone, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everyone, please remain standing. Trustee Brady.
We ask everybody to bow your heads and let us think about the people over in Turkey as the death toll raises almost to 5,000 people. We pray for those souls and the souls of their family that has to put up with this horrific natural disaster. We ask you, dear Lord, to please bless over those people and their family. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Trustee Brady. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Trustee Brady.
Here.
Trustee Brennan.
Present.
Trustee Galante.
Here.
Trustee Mahoney.
Present.
Trustee Mueller.
Here.
Trustee Sullivan. Here. President Glass.
Present. Item number 1. Can I have a motion to consider approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Roll call for item 1. Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan. Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 2. I'd like to ask the board for a motion to consider approval of the minutes of the regular village board meeting held on January 17, 2023.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Thanks, Bill. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Roll call for item 2. Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan. Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 3, receive presentation of the Tinley Park Business Spotlight, Hearts to Heal Training Institute, from President Glatz and Clerk O'Connor. Clerk?
Hearts to Heal Training Institute provides certified nursing assistant and CPR training programs on weekdays, evenings, and weekends. Please join me in welcoming Monica Long, owner of Hearts to Heal.
Thank you all. As stated, my name is Monica Long. I am the owner of Hearts to Heal, formerly known as Hearts to Heal CNA and CPR training in Tinley Park. First, I'd like to thank the Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce and Mayor Michael Glotz and Christian Therian for inviting me here today. I really appreciate it. I'm always honored when someone asks about my business or I receive requests about showcasing my work, because it's more than just a business to me. It is my passion. I've been in nursing for over 29 years, about 30 years now. And if I can tell you a quick backstory, I didn't realize it was my passion until I was about 25, when my mom convinced me to become a CNA, which is a certified nursing assistant. Unwillingly, I agreed, thinking, well, if I do this, then maybe she'll stop asking. My mom's also a nurse. So initially, I took on different career paths, and I always knew that I wanted to teach. So with 3 degrees later, all in nursing, I realized that there were gaps in healthcare and that could benefit from passionate, knowledgeable educators who knew a lot about nursing and could also help navigate like-minded, compassionate, and care providers into the field of nursing and to fill those gaps to care for the ill. So with that, I opened Hearts to Heal, with the name and our motto coming from caring from our hearts to heal the hearts of others. And so again, Hearts to Heal was born in 2020 in the heart of the COVID-19 pandemic, when healthcare was like basically grinding, and it was a dire need for certified nursing assistants as well as other healthcare providers to help with that significant issue that we had going on with very sick patients across the city and across the world. So I say that at that time, I was just thinking, now's the time to jump into action to see how I can help get newly trained certified nursing assistants into the workforce as fast as possible, with them getting ready and well-trained and ready to care for the ill. So my school trains students to become certified nursing assistants. We also learn cardiopulmonary resuscitation, which is CPR, to help them become equipped to learn those 21 skills that's required to provide basic nursing skills to patients. For example, bathing, dressing, toileting, feeding, and other things like that. So Harster Hill is located 18501 Maple Creek Drive in Tinley Park. We're right across the parking lot from Cracker Barrel, and we've been there now in that particular space. We've only been there a couple of months. We use the area around the corner, which was I Can Dream, and so we subleased for them until we got our own business license here in Tinley Park. So I'm very proud of that, and I thank you for that opportunity. Tinley Park is a wonderful place to live and start a business, so I'm very happy about that. So our CNA program is 8 weeks long. It's 3 days a week. We have affordable tuition. We give free uniforms and books. We offer payment arrangements. And then we also have the workforce grants, the WIOA grants. We accept them for students with low income that could take the program. So we're coming up on our 3rd year in business, and opening that school of a basic nursing assistant has always been a dream of mine, back when I was 25. And today is my 53rd birthday. And so I'm proud to say that we have 2 locations now. We have one in Tinley Park, we have one in Chicago, and we've also added new programs to our platform. We have a phlebotomy technician course coming, and also I have opened a nursing staff agency called Live Long Health, Long being my last name, Live Long Health Careers, to help CNAs and phlebotomy technicians to get into the work field a little bit faster so that they can work in other institutions like nursing homes, hospitals, and such. And so lastly, with February being Heart Health Month, I would also like to say that we offer CPR training classes. We do that outside of the actual program and also with the CNA program. We offer those in our Tinley Park campus. And we also, offer them, if needed, on a travel basis to give life-saving cardiac training for lay people as well as healthcare providers. And so just FYI, our next CNA program begins in April. And so, of course, if there's any students, we ask that they call us at 708-887-8820, or they can check our website, which is heartstoheal4cnatraining.com. And again, I thank you so much, the Chamber of Commerce and the mayor and his executive admin, Christian, for inviting me here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Who wants to sing happy birthday? We really
Happy birthday,
should,
You're welcome.
pick up the opportunity to sing.
You lead us.
Go ahead, Bill.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Monica. Happy birthday to you and many more. Would you care for a bottle of water? Birthday gift.
I was just gonna ask a question on the CNA program. The high school used to offer the programs for the seniors if they wanted to go off campus for classes. And I know CNA was one of the ones that was available, and then it was taken away at one point because they had nobody offering to let the students come in and do the class. Do you work at all with the high school to try to get the seniors, maybe in their senior year to start doing that program?
Yes, I have been working with Hillcrest. My daughter actually went, and my son as well, went to Homewood Flossmoor. So we've been trying to get in some of the high schools, but we have been doing Career Day at Hillcrest. We've had 2 students come through Hillcrest so far, so.
I'd love to see it. I mean, Andrew High School used to offer a bunch of different programs, they may be offering different ones now. I
Okay.
just know that was one that one of my kids was trying to sign up for, and it was taken away, and I thought it was would have been such a great program.
Thank you so much. I'll reach out and I'll make sure that I put that on one of my stops. I do a lot of word of mouth, do a lot of footwork. My hurt my knee today, but getting out in the street and just kind of, speaking to people and talking to people. Honestly, my business has grown over word of mouth, so I really appreciate that, and I will take that, into consideration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have item number 4. I'd like to ask the board to please consider the following commission appointment for fiscal year 2023.
So moved. Excuse me, sorry. Second.
Thank you. Plan Commission had an opening, and our former ZBA chairman, Stephen Sapesi, was, it's always difficult with that one, was available to take that seat, and we are very honored because he just walks into that role. There won't be a learning curve. It'll be great for Dan because he works so well with Steve. So it'll be easy transition, most importantly for the village and the staff and the any developers that come in to have Steve's knowledge back on the board. So we appreciate you coming out of retirement, Steve, and taking this appointment for us. Is there anything you'd like to say, or anyone have any questions for Steve? Nope.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Madam Clerk, you please call the roll.
Roll call for item 4, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. See you at the next Plan Commission meeting. Next, we have item number 5. I'd like to ask the board to please consider the appointment of Joanna Janik to the position of payroll specialist.
So moved.
I'll second.
Thank you. Joanna joined the village full-time in October of '21 as a staff accountant. She has demonstrated her abilities to manage the financial work assigned to her and has taken a key role in other special projects. She also worked as a finance interim from 2019 to 2020 and gained valuable financial experience in prior sector accounting role prior to rejoining the village in 2021. Joanna holds a Bachelor of Science in Accounting and is expected to graduate in June of 2023 with her Master's of Business Administration. Joanna is recommended for promotion to Payroll Specialist. Please consider appointing Joanna to the position of Payroll Specialist effective February 8th, 2023. Any questions for Joanna? No? Joanna, is there anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, actually. So I'm going to make this nice and short. I want to first thank Angela, who's not here, Brandy and David for realizing my potential and offering me this amazing opportunity. Small conversations go a very long way, apparently. I'm grateful for this chance to learn new skills and to grow on my education as I do finish my master's degree this summer. So far on course, we're going to keep that going. I also want to thank my coworkers, the entire finance team, for being supportive during my transition. They have plenty on their own plates, but are still willing to assist a fellow employee whenever needed. And then finally, I just want to say a very special thank you to Mary and the finance team for being patient and understanding mentor. There's so much to be taught with payroll, so many questions to be asked, but she smiles and assists with no hesitations. So thank you to everybody. I greatly appreciate it.
Good luck. Congratulations.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, you please call the roll for item number 5.
Roll call for item 5, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 6. May I have a motion to consider approval of the consent agenda items?
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Thank you. Consent agenda items have been publicly posted and available for review on the agenda for this meeting. Would anyone from the board like to remove any of these items from the consent agenda? Let the record reflect there are none. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 6, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 7, trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting Resolution 2023-R-007 of the Village of Tinley Park in support of tax increment financing.
I'll second it.
Thank Thank you. Go ahead, Bill, or Mike.
Thank you, Bill. Historically, tax increment financing has been a crucial economic tool in the Village of Tinley Park's economic planning and development strategies. TIFs are used to address areas of blight, support development, and promote local job creation and retention. Without this tool, Tinley Park may lose out on opportunities to bring in and keep businesses in our community. The village urges the Illinois General Assembly and Governor Pritzker to protect TIF in its current form to promote current and future business opportunities in the Village of Tinley Park. This resolution is eligible for adoption tonight.
Thank you, Mike. Any questions from the board?
I'll just say, very similar to what I said during the committee of the whole meeting where we discussed this as well. If you drive down Harlem towards 159th, you could really see how we put a tool like this into action with a lot of great development going on there and an area of our community that was not headed in the right direction, but because of TIF is certainly looking significantly better. And I know a lot of you on this board took big parts in that and negotiating some of those agreements and setting up that TIF district. So I think this is a great thing for us to support, and hopefully we can keep this financing tool as it stands.
Thank you, Mike. I'd just like to echo what you said, and when we got on the board, there was some unfortunately blighted areas on Harlem Avenue that they struggled getting anyone to come into. We were able to go out and get Pete's, Amazon Fresh Market, waiting for them to open. We're actually going to get a Chick-fil-A as well. So thank you to the board and staff for that. Any questions from the public? Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll for item 7?
Roll call for item 7. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 8. Trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting ordinance 2023-0-005, granting a special use permit for Arcos Environmental Services, LLC.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Dennis. Go ahead, Mike.
The petitioner seeks a special use permit to operate a contractor's office and shop at 18500 Spring Creek Drive in the ORI-PD zoning district. The Plan Commission held a public hearing on January 19, 2023, and voted 6-0 to recommend approval of the special use permit in accordance with the listed plans and drafted findings of fact as listed in the staff report. This ordinance is eligible for adoption tonight.
Thank you, Mike. Any questions from the board? Any questions from the public? Madam Clerk, you please call the roll for item number 8.
Roll call for item 8. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 9. Trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting ordinance 2023-0-003, amending the Tinley Park zoning ordinance for the purpose of regulating massage use establishments.
Second.
Thank you, Bill. The proposed text amendment will make changes to the zoning regulations to define massage use establishments and require them to be special use in the B1 through B4 and legacy zoning districts. The Plan Commission held a public hearing on January 5th, 2023, voted 7-0 to recommend the proposed text amendments for approval to the village board. And this village board held a first reading of this ordinance at our January 17th, 2023 meeting. And as a result, this ordinance is eligible for adoption tonight.
Thank you, Mike. Any questions from the board? Any comments from the public? Madam Clerk, you please call the roll.
Roll call for item 9. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 10. Trustee Mueller again.
I move we consider adopting ordinance 2023-0-006, granting Tinley Child Care Academy LLC a special use permit at 7012 171st Street.
I'll make the motion.
We need a second.
No, I'm sorry. I'll second.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brady.
Go ahead, Mike.
The special use permit will allow the petitioner to operate a day or child care center at 7012 171st Street in the B3 zoning district. Tinley Child Care Academy LLC will run similarly to the previous daycare operating in the space. Plan Commission held a public hearing on February 2nd, 2023, and voted 7-0 to recommend approval of the special use with recommended conditions in accordance with the plans as listed in the listed of reviewed plans and findings of facts in the staff report. This ordinance is eligible for adoption tonight.
Thank you, Mike. Anyone from the board have any questions? Anyone from the public have any questions for Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 10, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Malafay?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 11, trustee Mahoney.
Thank you. Please consider adopting Resolution 2023-R-003, approving a contract between the Village of Tinley Park and Structured Solutions for the sanitary sewer rehabilitation program. So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Go ahead, Dennis.
Thanks. Consider awarding a contract to Structured Solutions in the amount of $513,610. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting held prior to this meeting. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Dennis, anyone from the board have any questions? Anyone from the public have any questions on item number 11? Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 11, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Malafay?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 12, trustee Mahoney.
Thank you. Please consider adopting Resolution 2023-R-010, approving a collective bargaining agreement with the International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 150.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Go ahead, Dennis.
Thanks. The village the village's previous collective bargaining agreement with Local 150 expired on April 30th, 2022. Ongoing negotiations have successfully reached an agreement, which proposed a 3-year term expiring in 2025. The agreement covers all major terms and conditions of employment for covered employees and is similar to the existing agreement. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Dennis. Anyone from the board have any questions?
I'll just say that a lot of hard work goes into these, and so, Mr. Urbanski was working hard on this one. Really appreciate it. When it was presented to us, it was very clear, concise, and I'm glad we were able to get this one over the finish line.
Thank you. Anyone from the public care to comment on item number 12? Madam Clerk, you please call the roll.
Roll call for item 12, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item 13, trustee Mahoney.
Thank you. Please consider adopting Resolution 2023-R-011, approving a memorandum of agreement between the Village of Tinley Park and the International Union of Operator Engineers, Local 150. So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Go ahead.
In conjunction with the collective bargaining agreement, staff is requesting village board approval of the memorandum of agreement between the International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 150. The parties are in agreement to the CBA effective May 1st, 2022 through April 30th, 2025. Consider approving this memorandum and agreement between the Village of Tinley Park and the International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 150. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Dennis. Any questions from the board on item number 13? Any questions from the public? Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Yes.
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 Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. The humming is stopped. Next, we have item number 14, receive comments from staff.
Yeah, Mayor, if I may, I wanted to clarify a couple of things that have been going on lately. The concerns over the change of venue for the fireworks display. I want to point out some of our concerns. Highland Park last year had that tragedy with the shooting on the 4th of July, and Waukesha, Wisconsin had the Christmas parade where somebody drove their vehicle through and killed 6 people. I don't know if everybody knows this, but we were 15 minutes away from canceling our display because we had a threat that ours was going to be disrupted. Fortunately, our detectives worked with Orland Park, and we were able to locate the individual and place that individual under arrest just prior to us canceling it. Afterwards, we had many internal discussions, and we brought our concerns forward to the village. And I'm going to have DC Tilton further explain what he's in charge of our special events, some of our concerns that we had.
Everyone, the concerns that we're going to address is specifically this, the new footprint that we're suggesting gives us a better opportunity to, use the podium. It gives us a better opportunity to control traffic flow in. It's an area that if we had to, we could evacuate much more easier. We can control traffic flow. We could do access point checks. We can control what's being brought into the perimeter. We have better staging for our fire, EMS, and command assets. It's going to allow us to bring in some new assets that are going to help us secure the folks that come in. We have organized parking for upwards of 8,000 people, as opposed to having to decongest the streets when the event's over. Without getting into too much more of the strategy that's involved in defending a perimeter like this, suffice it to say that it gives us better sight lines, better control of second-story buildings that look down into the site, and it gives us an opportunity to remove a function of another venue which has a bowl-like effect that sort of corrals people, and it makes it difficult to get them out if something's a problem. So those are the ones that we could address publicly. Thank you.
If you could real quick, Deputy Chief Tilton, can you give a small description on when you came to the village in, was it 21, Chief? Right?
How I came to the village?
No, when you came here in 21, all the different events prior to this that are not related, that you immediately went to the chief, the village manager, and Donna, and the things that you've changed that no one from this board or staff or anyone had any other input other than yourself because of your
Well, what
history of
we've
what
tried to,
you've-
Mayor, if I understand your question and your ask, what we've tried to do since I've got here is upgrade some of the security aspects of our special events. The village prides itself on its special events. It prides itself on the community and family feel to them. So we want to make sure that everybody is secure, and we've added some features that are hopefully not as obtrusive as they might be otherwise, but still provide a secure perimeter. And we've gotten really good feedback from the changes that we made over the course of the Oktoberfest, the Block Party, for instance, things like that, where people have come up to us and given us feedback to the extent that they felt safer than they have been before, but they couldn't put their finger on any additions. And so that's the kind of mindset that we want to add. And what we want to do, first and foremost, is take away the incentive for somebody to try and take an adverse action against our community and our people that are going to visit this. And we do that by limiting their opportunity and taking away things that they see as an opportunity. For instance, congested parking so emergency vehicles can't get through. Opportunities where evacuation might be difficult. How easy it is to get into an event without any screening of personal belongings, that kind of thing. Those things incentivize people to take adverse action.
Can you give a brief description on how you changed the two-day block party and how the way staff used to do it prior to you coming? And what else did you change? The Parade of Lights and the Irish Parade, which we have not done the same since you've been here either.
Well, some of the,
How much do you want to say about that?
I want to.
No, not the specifics, on how it went from Oak Park Avenue to the north lot, and how
Well,
easier it
so-
was for you
so
guys.
that's, strategically, that's a good question that I can answer without getting too much in depth with it. I don't want to give people a list of our vulnerabilities, but what we do want to say is the previously with the original block party that went all the way down Oak Park Avenue. We don't have, and no one has infinite resources to protect an event. And what we want to do is limit the number of access points that people have that want to do, take negative action against us. So what we want to do is limit the number of opportunities that they have. So that would be, in the case of the block party, that would be all the different gaps and sidewalks and avenues of entrance to Oak Park Avenue all along the length of the strip, right? So with the idea of moving it into the plaza area near the train station, which was an idea that was already being discussed, we can say that, well, we can use traffic bollards, portable bollards that don't permanently impact the streets. We can use portable bollards, which we were able to get through a grant. We can limit vehicular access. We can change the traffic flow. We can do things that make it difficult for vehicles, which are commonly used as a weapon, things like that. We can put those in, we can take those away from someone. And we want to, like I said, I don't want to tell people how to defeat us.
No,
but-
that's good. Just basically how we changed it.
Right, and that's a good snapshot.
Thank you. Anyone else from?
Thank you for your expertise.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Pat or Hannah, you guys have anything? You guys have anything on the right side? Public Works, Fire, Marketing? Nope. Community Development? Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 15, receive comments from the board. Anyone from the board care to comment? Can you hold on 1 second?
Bill Brady wants to be recognized.
Okay. I don't see it. That's right, as long as you can track it on there. Go ahead. Go ahead, Diane.
Okay, I guess, I want to understand further on this change. Are you saying that we cannot be kept safe, in the current environment we are in the park for the 4th of July? I mean, here's, I'm gonna use my time because I won't get my time back, so I'm gonna ask all my questions first. The change to the block party is not 100% favorable by everybody. I've heard a lot of feedback from businesses, from different people that there's the reason that was originally put out there on the block party was for the businesses. There was people running the businesses who started that. The VFW didn't get to do their usual sales because they couldn't track, put all their stuff over there. I don't want, I guess, all the communities have all these events, and they're all copying ours, and which should be, it's kudos to our people that they're copying from us, but they're all having these events, and we're canceling all ours. I've gone this 4th of July almost every year. My family's running in the 5K, all of us, every one of us. We go back in the afternoon, not so much anymore, my kids are grown, but we always go back for the fireworks. It's packed, it's packed. People, most of us walk. We all walk over there. Nobody's driving in. I after the Oktoberfest, and I think about, there was a man that passed out. He had to have Narcan to be brought back. That was seen by families walking out of the Oktoberfest in the tunnel. I'm more concerned about the people getting off the train and now mingling with the little kids. I feel much safer when I used to have we would go over to the park and the kids would play with each other. It's tradition. We are all there with families. We meet up at the same spot. I don't feel safer at that train station. I feel like anybody has access to get off that train. You're not gonna stop them. To give the appearance that we're gonna keep everybody, you can come here and you're gonna definitely be safe, it's not, we can't do that. I'm disappointed that we would turn to this, that every event in Tinley Park now has to be in this box. If I reach out to other police agencies, does everybody feel the same way about this? There's nobody out there that feels that we can have an event in our parks anymore? That we can't be safe in Tinley Park in our parks? I mean, how do they do it downtown? In Grant Park, my kids go to Lollapalooza every year. We can't guarantee anybody's safety. I think this is a horrible mistake. I think the traditions and everything in this community is being destroyed. And I disagree that it's a safety thing. I disagree. I don't think you can keep us safe. I don't think you can keep us safe and tell the people that we have to be in a box. I just don't. If somebody gets off the train with some guns, are you gonna stop them from coming and walking around and shooting people? I don't think you can. I think we're safer where we were. It's just how I feel. I don't feel safer. I go to all the events. I go to the Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest brings people from everywhere, and that's great. Where the Park District has it, it's mostly families over there. It's mostly families. And not that everybody's not welcome in, but this doesn't add up to me that we're gonna be much safer over there. I don't feel it over there. I don't agree with the in and out. I don't know how, I have to wait through that train station when I come home. How are we gonna get all those people out of that parking lot at the same time? Most of the people are walking. I mean, we all walk, it's kind of fun. All the neighbors are having parties, how many incidents have we had that this has been an issue, that the first responders couldn't get in? There's nobody on foot. We have bikes. We have those trucks. You have drones. You have a million tools. I can't believe you can't keep us safe in a park. Do we need more people? Is it a resource? If we had more people walking around the park, could we be safe? Is that an option? Are you willing to talk with the citizens and maybe work through this? Because I wasn't in any meetings. I don't know when these meetings all took place, that we changed it all, but I wasn't included. I just think that we have to keep talking about this. This is, the damage being done right now to our community is not gonna be turned back. I live in this community because of the members of the community that they're what we're about. It's not the great restaurants, it's not about that. It's the people in this town that step up and come around when people need help. I feel like you're taking the stuff away, and I don't believe we're gonna be any safer over there. I just don't. I'm not, and I respect everything, the police are saying. If every community now is all saying everybody's gotta change their stuff and we all gotta be in a parking lot, then that's the way the world's going. I don't wanna be in that world. I wanna feel safe. I wanna be able to go to a park if I wanna go to a park. You can't keep me any safer over there. And unless you're gonna guarantee it, you're gonna guarantee the people that nobody's gonna get hurt over there, then I would say, well, yeah, we should all go over there. I don't think you can do that, though.
Diane, thank you. Trustee Brady?
Yes, I just want to remind
Can you
everybody
hold on one
that,
second? Can you hold on one second?
Oh, I'm sorry, certainly.
All right, I'll start a clock. Go ahead.
Just want to remind everybody that this Saturday, February 11th, from 2 to 5, the Orland Township is having their Super Bowl, and where we have about 15 restaurants from various locations throughout Tinley and Orland that will be coming there, offering their soup for people to try, okay? And they'll win a prize. There's different categories that people can come. We have amateurs doing it. I'll be doing beef barley soup, and see if I can get in there. And they're from local restaurants, and the local restaurants are giving us 2 gallons extra, okay, to bring to the homeless shelters, okay? So we can feed them as well, as it's a fun time. So it starts at 2 o'clock, runs from 2 to 5 at the Orland Township headquarters. That's it.
Did you bring any beef barley?
I got a comment too, Mr. Mayor.
Hold on. Are you done, Bill?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just want to make sure. Hold on. Trustee Brennan, time is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd just like to say I disagree with Trustee Galante's thoughts on that. I do agree that, there's no guarantees. We can't expect that from our police department, and I appreciate everything you guys are doing. Deputy Chief Tilton has brought worlds of experience to our village. I think, the man has protected 2 U.S. presidents. I would fully like to rely on his expertise and how to control events. I don't agree that the event was shifted to the train station. I would still like to see it at the Park District too, but it's a much wider footprint. I understand the concerns, and I think the amount of planning that he's actually put into this is, you know, something that he should be recognized for. I think he's done a really good job with our events. As far as the, you know, there's been very noticeable changes to some of these events, Oktoberfest, you know, the block party. People have said many things, and without going into details, it's been very noticeable. So appreciate all your efforts and all your expertise on that. So, you know, while I don't agree with the venue change, I do rely on your expertise and appreciate all your work you've put into it. So thank you very much.
Trustee Sullivan.
Thank you.
Hold on one second. Go ahead.
I just want to say, you know, when this was first brought up, you know, it was, you know, as I said in the Calumet meeting, you know, I'm thinking we're just making it a 2-day event, just like we made the block party a 2-day event. At no point did I ever think that the consequences would be the park district canceling their event because of it. So I think we all need to work on a little communication with that, myself included. I know that there's been emails back and forth. The mayor and Pat Carr and Sean from the park district have been in discussions about trying to still come up with a solution to work together on this. And I'm not sure where we're at with that. I haven't gotten any updates on that, but, you know, kind of remain a little hopeful that we could still do something, whether it be a 2-day event or, you know, whatever it may be. As far as the location, I think, you know, a lot of people, yes, the people that live around there, they don't like change. They like to be able to walk there. They have their backyard parties, and I get that, you know, people don't like change. But if it's for the safety of the community, I respect your expertise on that. And the events that unfolded last year, we had, I think it was 48, close to 50 people shot and 7 killed. And 5 hours later, we're having an event that somebody threatens to shoot it up, and it was actually, somebody was arrested and apprehended for that. So it was a legit threat. The location of, you know, the change in the venue, you know, people, I listened to comments, and I've talked to, you know, friends that live in Bremen Town, and they, you know, some people, they're like, we like sitting on a blanket in the park, and I don't want to sit on a, you know, concrete slab. It's like, well, there is Freedom Park right there. I think that's a wonderful venue to hold 4th of July. Freedom Park's right there. It's a beautiful park maintained by the park district. The commuter parking lots are right there. There's a bike path that runs along 179th Street. Bristol Park is right there. Avondale Meadows is right there. Potawatomi is right there. So there's other neighborhoods that can benefit from walking there as well, which would eliminate some of the traffic in and out of there. So I'm sorry this happened, you know, with this, you know, with them canceling. I didn't expect that to happen. So I hope we can continue and figure something out and continue to talk to them. And, but I am completely for the venue change. I think it's, you know, there's a beautiful park right there. There's people who put blankets there. Like me, I don't want to sit on the grass. I will bring my little chair, watch the fireworks from there. I think the launch area is a safe place too to have the fireworks launch. So just my 2 cents about the whole thing. So just hope we can get a resolution to it.
Thank you. Any other trustees like to speak? Clerk O'Connor?
Yeah, first, I was there last 4th of July, standing there waiting to see if the event was going to be canceled. To say that it was unnerving is an understatement. Until you're in the middle of that situation, you don't know. As you're standing across the street getting ready to walk in for the opening ceremony, is there a shooter there? And I have to, kudos to DC Tilton. He escorted us in. We were protected by the police because of that. Until you've been in that, you know, stand in the shoes, and when you know how that feels, you look at things a bit differently. Unfortunately, we live in a time that has just changed dramatically, just in the last few years. With the Waukesha, the Highland Park, There just was Monterey Park in California, and then a day later, another mass shooting in California. It's happening more and more. As a board, we have to look at safety first. That is the number one priority in this village for our residents, is your safety. Do people like change? No, they don't like change. But sometimes it's necessary to keep everyone safe. I don't think people realize just how lucky this village is to have Tom Tilton. You folks don't have any idea. The amount of knowledge and experience he brought with him to this village to keep us safe, we're blessed. We truly are blessed to have this man in our village. And for him, and I understand, without going into great detail, giving part of the reasons why and explaining some of the things that they do to make us safer. And I'm sorry, Diane, you're entitled to your opinion, but to doubt him and say that you don't believe that's right, that it's not a safety issue, that is incredibly insulting to our police, not only to Tom, but to our entire police department. That's just not right. This is their job, to keep us safe. So I wonder what everybody would be saying if we left it at McCarthy Park and a shooter came in. How would you then feel? What would you then say? What's your response then? Why didn't you keep us safer? That's gonna be your response, which is not fair. They are trying to get us into a position where we are in the safest place possible to be able to enjoy the 4th of July. Yep, there's a parking lot, but there's a beautiful park with playground equipment for kids. It's huge, much bigger actually than McCarthy Park. It will hold so many more people. But it affords our police department better access to be able to keep us safer. And as a board, we have to look at that. We have to always take things like that into consideration. What is best for the entire village? What is best for everyone? And I know it's been a tradition at McCarthy Park. Unfortunately, it needs to be moved for our own safety. And I'm grateful that our police department sees that and has a plan in place to keep us safe. And again, Tom, sorry, DC Hilton, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I just like to add, unfortunately, some of it'll be repeating some of the other comments that our other board members have said. I think our village manager, when he did his, what do you call it, manager's corner release last week, hit it on the head. No one on this board is a police officer. No one on this board has been trained in public safety. I've never felt safer in my entire life of living here since 1994. I am proud to say I was part of the board that chose to, our police chief, Matt Walsh. That was another good hire that I'm glad I was part of. I've been on this board with Commander Poulos, Commander Tenza, our deputy chief. So some of the history with our deputy chiefs, we were only hiring one deputy chief. And when we interviewed Deputy Chief Rafferty and Tom Tilton, the whole committee was blown away. I mean, Billy, you were in there with me. When they left, we all said, we have to find a way to have both these guys, because what they bring to the table is nothing that we've seen from the stacks of candidates that we've been going through. To echo what the Clerk O'Connor said, you guys have no idea how lucky you are to have someone that, as our village manager said, protected 2 presidents of the United States. I don't think anyone in this room can say that. And when you have someone like Chief Walsh, Rafferty, Poulos Tenza, and Tom Tilton working together on this. I hate to say this, but our opinions don't matter on where we do things when it comes to safety. We give our opinions to the village manager, he expresses it to the police, and if the police agree, that's great. If they don't, move on. None of us should be in the position of telling anyone how to put out a fire or keep anyone safe or, you know, put water main in. That's not our job. Our job here is to be part of the legislation that this village needs. We're here to legislate. We can't be any safer, and we've proven it with our numbers. When we had a problem with people that were taking cars from our car dealerships, the first thing our police did, they called the police chief of Orland Park. You guys got together, got a task force together, and you guys stopped it immediately, right? No one had any idea what was going on, what you guys were doing, and it was phenomenal. This town is safer now today than it's ever been because of the people that our staff and this board have appointed. We've been very blessed. We've been very lucky that they've even applied. Part of this that bothers me, which it's kind of personal, is like Chief Walsh said, 15 minutes prior to opening of the 4th of July, we were getting pushback from the Park District. Chief wanted to either delay it, Pat Carr was talking about wanting to cancel it, and all we did was get pushback, and we were stuck under their agreement because we were there to assist and help them. And I remember specifically, I parked by Chief Klotz, and he called Deputy Chief Tilton, and he came and got me and brought me over there. The fact that I was there, and I had to be escorted to the stage by our deputy chief while he's got a bulletproof vest on, while I'm in a polo to do announcements, is ridiculous. And so now we're gonna question the manner in which they do their jobs. This started years prior to this. If anyone goes to the block party, you would know that. Go up and down Oak Park Avenue and look at the sightlines. You don't have the same sightlines when you moved it to the north lot at the Oak Park Avenue train station. You don't have these issues where you have apartment buildings overlooking McCarthy Park. And yes, it's unfortunate, we can't go into all the details on it. Like Deputy Chief Tilton said, there's a lot of other details to this that are not known to the public because we can't, for our own safety and your safety, we can't discuss it. If you go to 80th Avenue train station, that Oktoberfest, thankfully to our police, our first responders, and our marketing department, Donna Framke, and the Chamber of Commerce put on, was absolutely phenomenal. And that's what they're doing here. There's no sightlines, there's no one that's overlooking us. There's obviously anything can happen anywhere. Nothing's perfect, but you want to put yourself in the best and safe position that you could possibly put yourself in. We have the north lot, we have the south lot. The event's happening over by the Park District, the parking lot by the Park District that we own. People complained about the grass. You have the grass, you have two almost professional-sized baseball fields there. That's all grass. You have the library, that's all grass. The event is safer. No one's sitting on asphalt, no one's sitting on concrete, no one's sitting on anything other than grass, or like Colleen said, you could sit in a chair if you choose to sit in a lawn chair. And the thing that bothers me the most about this, the village, and I commend you guys, it's been tough for everyone. Everyone has kept their powder dry during this, and it's been tough for all of us, because every single time we look up another Facebook post by the Tinley Park District on their Facebook page, they kept politicizing it, and it was very difficult for staff not to defend yourselves, and I applaud all you guys for not saying anything. There's emails to Sean Roby. I sent him an email I've sent him, was it 3 emails I've sent him, Pat, and the last one, he won't even respond. The village has reached out to him. Pat Carr went to the Park District meeting with other staff members and asked him, Sean, stop. We will do it on the 3rd or the 4th. It doesn't matter to the village, like Colleen Sullivan said. We voted to move this, to do our own on the 3rd. It has nothing to do with their event. If they want to have their event, God bless them. They're the ones that chose to cancel it and then just kept posting and posting and posting instead of worrying about Park District. We did not do that. Sean Roby won't even respond to the emails. Well, he did to the one, but the last one, he won't even respond. It's been over a week. I left him a lengthy voicemail asking him to please, Sean, we got to get together. Let's stop this. Let's talk. Nothing. Pat, you reached out to him again. I'm sure you haven't got an email yet about meeting, have you? No. I reached out to him, back in December, I believe you said it was? I asked him to meet with our part of our board and part of their board and the staff. Let's figure this out together. We don't have to do this alone. They chose to do this on their own. And that's what's been tough for us, sitting back and watching people make comments that they don't even know the whole story and what's happened. We have reached out to them. It's unfortunate. And the other part of planning, of anyone that understands planning, it's not like we could just pick up the phone and call the stage guy or call people for music or whatever vendors that Donna may need to line up from our marketing department. This takes months. Did you send that last email to him again, asking him to please contact you by Friday again? Yes. And still today, as of now, we have, again, no response. So it's not from a lack of trying from myself, from our staff, from the village manager, Pat Carr, who's gone and spoke to him. I've called him. I've emailed him. We've done the best we can, and like we've said, we want to do it with them. We never said we want to do it without them. It's the third or the fourth, whatever they want to do. So, I hope that explains some of it. It's unfortunate that it's come to this, but at the end of the day, I refer to our police department, and this is what they do for a living, right? If you want to know how to insure a car, I call Bill Brennan. If I want to know how to run electricity to a building, I call Dennis Mahoney. That's what we do. And so thank you to our police department, our staff. I'm sorry that we've all been on the receiving end of this, but I commend you, and so thank you very much. Oh, and one last comment. Anyone's wondering, we have Officer Greg King here at the meetings. He's not here because we just asked to have him here. Something happened a while back that there was a reason that a police officer had to be there because there was some type of, what was it, Pat? Some type of threat or something? Hopefully Greg King never has to do anything to protect us other than just stand there and watch us and make sure everyone's safe. He's there for a reason. Something happened here before at a board meeting that we don't publicize or talk about. And so,
And stays after.
I'm sorry?
And stays after.
Yeah, and he stays here, and that's a good point. He doesn't leave until every single staff member has left this building because it's late at night in the parking lots. So thank you for that. But he's here for a reason, because something happened. God forbid, nothing bad has happened, but he's here for a reason. So, thank you. Thanks, Greg. Next, I'm sorry, just wanted to double check. No one else has anything to say? Okay. Next, we have item number 16, receive comments from the public. Can you hold on 1 second? Is it working now?
Yes, we have a very bad garbage issue in this town. There's garbage on the streets everywhere. And if you watch Homeward Scavenger, when they pick up garbage, they lift those dumpsters in the air. Plazas, side streets, anywhere. Garbage is flying everywhere. And I don't know how they get away with it.
Is there a specific area?
Everywhere. Drive down Harlem Avenue, drive down 159th, drive down side streets, drive down, you'll see garbage everywhere. When they dump those dumpsters, they have no protection to keep the garbage, and you could see it fly. When they're driving down the street, you see it, behind them, stuff's flying off the back of the trucks. Maybe you can call somebody and have them look into that. You know, I don't know who you call for that, but.
John Urbanski could contact them.
Because go down Harlem Avenue right now. I watch the garbage fly off those trucks over there constantly. And nothing's done about it. It's just piles up. Take a look at all the bushes down, go down 183rd Street, all those bushes along those houses there. Everywhere there's bushes, that's where the garbage is at. And it's garbage from like, different businesses and stuff, and I don't know, no one picks it up. It's disgusting. You get off of I-80 to come to Tinley Park, and you see filth. That's disgusting.
Thank you. Anyone else care to comment? Let the record reflect, that's, sorry.
Just behalf of the fireworks. Galante, I'm on your side. Officers, with all your expertise, totally agree with it. But as a resident, it's terrible. Someone who's seen the fireworks over there at the Park District, it's terrible. And retired police who's handled, not to your degree or anybody else's degree, several thousand people coming in and out, ingress and egress. At the train station, my opinion, we've eliminated the entire south side egress if somebody came from the north or west side. Where does everybody go? Any answers? You've got train, you've got tracks. Where are all these thousands of people gonna go? They're stuck.
It's not something to discuss publicly on that. If you like, you can.
We're citizens.
They can,
We're gonna be there.
okay.
If any of us were in a store right now and a shooter came in the front door, where do you go? An exit. And if the whole entire back of that store, you're not gonna go there, are you? You've eliminated that. The Park District, you had a 360-degree escape route if needed. And again, I agree, you cannot stop everything at any given time. It's impossible. It's something we have to deal with. Just now it's more prevalent than it's ever been. But by putting it in a parking lot with train tracks on one side, it's horrible. Where are these people gonna go? It's simple. Where are they gonna go? And if your plan is that you have a plan, which I'm sure you do, don't get me wrong, there's no disrespect in anybody's expertise, but if the people don't know it, what are they supposed to do when it hits the fan? It's real simple. What are you guys gonna do if you're there? Where are you gonna go? You guys may know the plan, but us citizens won't. What do? You've taken out an entire escape route. And between you, your board, and the Park District, when are all you guys gonna become adults? If all that stuff, reaching out, all that stuff that you're talking about, put it on display here for the emails. From the time it started, who responded, who requested, and let the people decide who's telling the truth on that aspect. And then again, if the Park District wants to do theirs, and the village board wants to do theirs, why are we duplicating it? You're supposed to take care of our finances, to go ahead and spend another $50,000 on fireworks that they're gonna do the day before or the day after? Would you do that with your own money? That's a yes or no also. You wouldn't do it. So why do it with our money? Anybody? Remember that escape plan, as you guys said, if a shooter came in there. I think it was you. If a shooter came in there, where are you gonna go?
Well, if it's getting set up on the south lot,
Okay,
you have Veterans Parkway, which goes all the way to 183rd.
okay,
And then you have the exit from 80th Avenue. You also have the park, then you could go to, the south, would that be the southwest corner? So there's the whole long road that goes right
and are
along
there train tracks there separating an escape route? Any way you
North
look
and
at
the
it?
South lot, yes.
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 Is that gonna be a problem?
I honestly, I
Correct. Correct. So at the Park District, it's 360 degrees. Just keep that in mind. Sight lines, I get it. We've all heard that, behind the scenes, behind closed doors. But at least you guys, and from what I'm saying from former police, we can't stop everything. We try to limit it, and that's the best we can do at that point. Nothing's perfect. Keep in mind, it's 360 degrees and you've lost an entire escape route.
Thank you for your comment.
Can you hold on one second, Mike? Okay. Go ahead, Mike.
Or I don't think you'll need the timer, I promise.
Oh.
I'll 6
I
minutes.
just want to make sure if you did, you got your full 6.
No, I think that the only comments that I just wanted to share is, well, first of all, thanks for the response on the Facebook page. I think the manager's corner. I think that laid a lot out as far as, some of the concerns of the citizens, and obviously DC Tilton, I mean, your experience, I think anybody to question that would be, would just be kind of ignorant or negligent, I could say. But overall, I think the biggest thing that I hope that the village is learning, continues to learn, is that communication is gonna be like key with your citizens. And while it was a well-written note, it was certainly too late. And I think that if the village, anticipating that there was gonna be some headbutting and some issues with the park district, and while I'm not privy and I don't see every post on Twitter or Facebook or the village Facebook page or anything like that, I do believe that, when a village is gonna be making an announcement like that, that they have the concerns that it's gonna affect the community and those that live around the community and are used to certain aspects of an event that's really important to them, that they're proactive and certainly could have crafted some sort of an announcement prior to this being announced by other areas, whether it's a patch newspaper article or some other way that the village could have been more proactive to say, these are the decisions we're making, citing the points that, Pat Carr had noted in his, is why we're doing it. And while there may be tension and issues with the park district, we're trying to work through those, et cetera, but at this point, these are the reasons that we made this decision, and clearly communicate that up front and not post those type of articles after the fact. I think a lot of the citizens' concerns could have been countered with that originally up front. But I think what a lot of people saw was this article coming up and saying, these are the issues, or whatever post. And again, I don't know of all the details. I don't know what else was out there. I'm going about how I reacted and my thoughts, and that's how I saw it. I'm only one person, but when an announcement, some change like that is being made, I would like to see something like, hey, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it. I just was looking during the meeting, saw some of the comments that you sent back about Freedom Park, and some of the comments of like concerned citizens. Post a map, send something that says, here's where you have the seating. Not everybody understands the geographic boundaries of the Freedom Park versus the where they're gonna put the fireworks off at, et cetera, et cetera. So I think, just as a whole, I just hope that the village, as we're progressing and as we're learning and as we're talking more and coming across these and growing, that we learn that communication internally, not just internally, but also with our citizens and including them and telling them what's going on, I think is gonna be key, and that's gonna help kind of prevent some of the issues that we're seeing in this situation that we've seen in situations in the past. So that's all I've got to say, but thanks to everybody here for your service and for everything that you're doing to protect the community and to do things for the village. It's all appreciated, so.
Thanks, Mike.
All right.
Only thing I liked, and you were right, you only went half. I'd like to add, you know this as well as a lot of people. Some people, I don't know if they know who Mike is, but, you understand how it works. And the village is, like I said, as much as it's bothered and disturbed our staff and some of the board members, like Colleen a couple times, just like, this isn't right, we have to say something. The problem is, the village is not an individual to go back and forth. Never have I ever seen where another local agency takes it to Facebook to go after a fellow government. From Pat and staff, did 1,000% everything they could. This was all stuff behind the scenes. It should have never made it to how this got publicized by them. And like I said, it's been very hard for staff, as you know how much Pat and our
Yeah.
staff care, to keep their powder dry, not to say something. But if Pat would've came out and said something, or marketing or someone else, it would've been tit for tat, right? So we decided, just let them just keep doing what they're doing until they get finally burnt out and they see that people understand what they're doing, and then it started, if you see, and then they just kept posting. Then all the people that thought one way started going the other way, like, wait, you're the only one that's all you do is talk about this, right?
Right.
Instead of events and stuff. Pat Carr and our staff did everything possible to do what you're supposed to do and stay professional and talk about this behind the scenes. All this stuff should have never made it to where it was.
And one thing I think
And
the
that's
other
the
gentleman
problem.
was saying too, I'm sorry to interrupt you, I
No,
apologize.
and that's where the problem was. He kept trying to do everything behind the staff, or behind the scenes to talk to him like you're supposed to stay professional. They're here to represent the residents, right? And it shouldn't have played out like that. And it's
Sure.
unfortunate, but that's why I waited till last time. I did one polite message, and then Pat did his final message, and we're like, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully people get it, and you're 100% correct on the map. It was actually Donna's idea, just came up with that the other day, and made a map. We're like, hey, let's create a map and show everyone, but we understand it, because, like you said, we know the lay of the land. Some people maybe that aren't familiar with the area don't understand what Freedom Park has. And the biggest part of it too, which is disturbing, which they haven't mentioned, that Freedom Park Freedom Park was given to them by the Village of Tinley Park. So, I mean, to go back into history, the Village of Tinley Park negotiated that with the state of Illinois. We got 55 acres, and the Village of Tinley Park got 0 out of it for revenue or anything else. We took a part of it to build our beautiful police station, which I still have my groundbreaking ceremony from one of my best friends, Dennis Mahoney, not this Dennis, his father, who gave me a shovel, which means the world to me. It's sitting on my desk, when they broke ground for the police station. Great for the police department, nice for the village to have something there, but the village really didn't get anything out of it. And then the other part of it was the helipad, right? We wanted a helipad for that. And then for our fire department for training. And then the other part of it, we own the land where the library is. Library was looking for the land in 2003. The village says, hey, we have this land, where they were looking at possibly putting the municipal campus back there 20 years ago. The village said, hey, we have 25 acres. We're gonna give you our land. We gave 12.2 acres to the library. We vacated. We still own it. It's deeded to us, but we let them build it on there for the residents. And then the other part of it was the 12.6 acres that no one knows about back in 2003 or 4. You need Brad to tell us the exact date, probably. 2004. We then deeded that other land that we were supposed to use for ourselves to the Park District that a lot of people don't even know.
Yeah.
And so that's where this whole thing is just, for us, is just kind of upsetting and sad and disturbing, but.
Yeah, I could argue with you over for beers why it does matter, why it's still the village did the right thing, because it wasn't, that we did get something out of it. We got a
You know what I
library and
mean.
everything else
But you know
about
what I
that,
mean.
so yeah, but thank you for the time. Again, I don't wanna
But I'll
take
take
it
you
up,
up
but-
on that, and
yeah.
I'll call you.
All right, thanks.
See you, Mike, thanks. Anyone else care to address the public? Oh, let the record, oh, sorry.
It's okay. So I've listened to it all. I hear a lot of ego going on. I realize it's a safety issue. Picking up kids at Christy McAuliffe's school, that's a safety issue. But we're not getting shot at, we're just getting ran over by cars. The village has had a lot of good things going on, and lately, all I see is fighting. The Public Works Department doesn't work with the building department. You guys can't work with the park department. I just don't understand what's going on in this village anymore. Like, nobody talks to anybody anymore. And I find it so sad. That's all I want to say. It's turned into a very sad village. This July 4th thing has been a huge thing for people for 40 years. And now due to safety, like I said, picking up kids at school is not safe. Nothing is safe. So if you don't feel safe, stay home. But it's a shame what you're doing to this village.
Anyone else care to address the board? Let the record reflect there are none. Next item is item number 17. Pat, Do you have anything? No? Okay, so, may I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Mike. Can I have a second?
Second?
Thank you, Bill. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Slow?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. We are adjourned at 7:58.